Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing the difference between microservices architecture and monolithic architecture. Firstly, words are an architecture. An architecture is simply a design, a blueprint of how a system will be built and will work. So imagine we all know we all know who an architect is. An architect is simply a person that designs how a building is going to be and how it's going to function. So that's essentially what architecture is. Architecture is just a blueprint of how a system will be built. And in software development, we've got different architectures. We've got microservices architecture, monolithic, we've got serverless. But in this video, we're going to be covering microservices and monolithic architecture. So in microservices architecture, all our functionalities is in one code base and they all share the same database. Now this approach is actually very okay if you're building your personal project, but if it's a live project where you have customers, and when you have customers, obviously you start getting ideas on how to implement more functionalities. The more the functionalities, the complex the code base becomes for debugging purposes and managing. So that's why we use microservices, and I have a diagram here. So in the monolithic architecture, we've got all our functionalities in the same code base. They share the same code base. Our authentication functionality, like the functionalities for users signing up, signing out, logging in, logging out, we have it in our authentication. Obviously it's usually in pages. If you use JavaScript, you get something like us.js, where we have our sign up logic, login logic, logout logic, everything pertaining concerning authentication. We have it in our auths page, same as our products page. Let's say it's an e-commerce site you're building, our products page where an admin can upload products, delete products, and all of that. Our other page, we've got where we have every functionality concerning an order. So same with our payments functionality, everything concerning payments, we have it there. So like I said, this is very okay if you're building your personal project, and if your app still has smaller amount of users, it's still very okay, it's manageable. But as your app grows, you definitely want to add more functionalities for your customers. And managing such monolithic application, when you have a lot of customers and a lot of functionalities, it usually takes a lot of time. So that's why there is a microservices architecture, where imagine your authentication functionality, you have it on one server, your other service, you have it on one server, payment service on one server. So once your app is live and anything breaks, you just figure out what broke down. If it's your authentication functionality, you just go to your auth server, your auth service where you hosted your authentication service, and just look for where the error is coming. You fix it on less than 5 minutes. You get your app rolling back. Same with the other service and payment service. Like I said, debugging such application is very, very easy. So you just spread your functionalities to different server, and they communicate to themselves via REST API, I'm sure you know what REST APIs are. So they communicate through REST APIs or message brokers. And if you don't know what message brokers are, I have a video of me explaining what message brokers are and how they work, and trust me, you're going to get it perfectly. So this is it, guys. This is the difference between monolithic and microservices architecture. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to reach a wider audience. Thank you.